Sometimes doing standing 3 or standing 4 can trap people because they're not used to seeing this. It's kind of a weird tactic to use, but on block, well, I mean, you wouldn't know because it's a one-hit move, but you press, depending on your character and on the frames, you can do something else, like trap them into moving while you hit them and do something else. So for Cetrion, for example, so I'm gonna put Garrus on custom reversal. Let's say that Garrus is not familiar with standing 3. Look at this pushback, right? So what I do usually with this deck, I do this and then I bring the wall immediately. Like that. Because by the time they react, they're like, what is this? And then they get exploded by the wall. But so let's say that Garrus punches on reversal because he thinks, like, let's imagine he thinks we're close, right? That he can punch. And he gets pushed back to the point where he doesn't touch. You can simply press, it's only -2, and then hurt him. And if he is a bit more smart, and he sees that there's spacing, and he does that, he can simply move back, because it's only -2. So there are these moves that have spacing that you can use to trap people. You have to practice it. And it's moves that are like one-hit buttons. Like, obviously I can special cancel this, but usually these moves, right, you just see one of them, usually. And it's a bit more tricky than moves like this, where it's just one standing one into something else, because people are used to this. People are not used to something like this. It's just kind of weird. Okay, so we know there's spacing here, so how about something else like this? That's +3. There's nice spacing. It's the same spacing. It looks like a bit more space. It's a bit more spacing than this, but it's -3, and your opponent does not know this. I guarantee you he does not know this. So that's a good opportunity for you to not even move, but just press and trap them into doing something. So for example, right, so he doesn't even have to, and again, depends on your character, but so if we switch to someone who doesn't have as great spacing, so again, it depends on the frame. So like with Garrus, you wouldn't do standing 3 because, like, this might be even better. Well, maybe not, but you wouldn't do standing 4 because -6, no spacing. You could probably abuse down 3 because it's kind of rare to see a Garrus do this. But what you would want to do with Garrus is standing 3 because of the spacing and because it's +3. You gel them, push them away, press immediately. So when I want to use these moves, and I usually use it like once a match, or I get them to press and I whiff punish them. One that we're really familiar with actually is Joker. Sonic uses this one.
The Joker.
And you'd think that it's plus, but it's not plus. It's just that people are like, this is kind of weird. So you see this, right? It's 0 on block, so it's neutral, but you have the advantage of potentially special canceling, which makes people like hesitate, wait to see what's gonna happen, which puts you at an advantage. There's also spacing, right, which puts Joker in advantage because he can just forward 2 right there, or backdash, and then you come right into a stick. So it's a pretty good tactic. Or even Katana. Like when Katana does this, you know she has long buttons. You're like, do I really want to press right now? And you're never sure if this is coming either. Or this, right? So you do this, and if you press, she cuts up your stomach. Come on, cut up the stomach. There you go, like this. Or she steps back and does something like that. So standing 4 or standing 3, depending on what it is something that you probably want to use from time to time. Not always, but it's an interesting technique to use to keep in your toolbox. See ya.
I'm going sub! You're getting mixed!